it's just crazy. You can't be like, bro, if I rapped, first off, if I had any dreams to rap, it's over now. Like, cause
it's the most dangerous job in America.
In America.
Because the police don't give a shit about you and everybody wants to come up off you, just like literally murder you because that's a stripe. Right. How many murders since Nipsey Hussle have like just got like rappers getting murdered and or just getting shot? Didn't that little TJ guy whatever just get shot? And then they just killed a little Louisiana boy down in his neighborhood. I'm talking about these is young kids that I don't even know about because I'm too old. And then like you don't even know that you hear their songs. You're like, that was so-and-so. Damn, they dead. And it's been like 19.
Oh, there's been a plethora.
I'm talking about deaths. And I'm like, that's a lot of deaths in one industry.
Yeah. That is wild how in our community we don't be like, nah, that person's he's a beacon for the community. Look, he's off limits. We don't do that. You can die.
Not even that. You have to shut your location off.
Right.
And like they're like this, like, oh, you got to watch where you're at because people will take pictures of you, like, because everybody was mad at like his that dude's girlfriend. I'm like this. I'm like, that's like basically their family, and they can't be like, oh, look at my meal with me and my family, and it's like that's her fault.
Right, and who's to say that they were being
it's not whoever did this fight.
Who's but they might have been that strategic. Who knows? Because they were with Pop Smoke. But all in all, he was in that neighborhood. So you know what I mean? You got 3 chains on.
Yeah,
anybody could have saw you and said, but
it might not have been her fault.
It's not her fault because it's nobody's fault. It's the people who do things like that. It's their fault. All right. You did this, like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be so far removed from life that you can't post a location of where you are. You know what I'm saying, like
and not feel safe.
Yeah.
I think if you do,
that means whoever's in that community that murders people, that are robbing people, that's what they do. You're failing.
But I will say, as the man in my household, I know my wife. My wife is more reserved. She's not going to do that. So I feel like the level of security would be lower. If you know your family member wants to live free like that, you got to be a little more secured up. You got to be a little more secure.
What do you mean? You got to have security?
You got to invest in some armed folks to be around you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
To me, that's ridiculous. He wasn't even one of them people that was out here like that.
Why is that ridiculous?
Because it's like he shouldn't have to live like that. I'm talking about.
But
I'm not saying it's going to be a utopia.
I get what you're saying.
They're literally running in people's houses, setting you up because they don't just want your chain. They don't just want because it's not like they could get your chain and be like, man, hey,
they want the clout for it as well.
Yeah, that's all they want. It's not like they can get their bank information all of a sudden. Like it's not like Zelda. You know what I'm saying? You just got all their shit. You know what I mean? Took all their coins. Now you out. You know what I mean? I get what
you're saying, but you still have to protect yourself. Yeah. Even though if you can think that the world shouldn't be this way, but if the world is this way,
it is this way. But that's what I'm saying, and that's ridiculous, though.
You got it.
It is, but you still got to. You still.
But then to blame somebody. Now, if there's somebody that was like out there and like now they hit him, was like, hey, guess what I just saw come through? Like, okay, then that's just a criminal circle. But if it's somebody just like wants a picture, or I'm out with my family and then took the photo of the food or whatever she did, you know what I'm saying, like, or maybe put on snaps. That shouldn't be life-threatening. You know what I mean? Why is somebody looking at your social media wanting to kill you? I can't wait to find that he went and got some burgers or some shit. That to me is just it's insanity.
It's jealousy. The culture's fucked up.
Yeah, it's you got a poor culture and you got a gang culture. You know what I'm saying? And he was in the midst of it. He's in the midst, and when you get poor, people are looking for a come up. They're looking for a way out. Like that rep that you talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You feeling that on a daily. It's like, what the fuck I'm going to do to get out of this? And when you see a PNB Rocks in town,
I mean, God
somebody just called and said,
God forbid they did their own
thing. He's at the chicken and Walker. Like, man, I need that. What? That chain he got on is probably somewhere around 20 grand. I need all 3 of them chains. That's a come. I got pawn that, get at least 5 bands.
Who's buying these chains?
I said 5 bands. You might be worth 20, but
some Middle Eastern, some Russians, somebody that's buying the chains. That's what I'm saying. But you have a black market for that.
Yeah, there's definitely people
because one thing you can't do, you can't wear the chain after you committed the murder and be like, God,
unless you want the clout.
No, then you're just going to jail.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, if you want money for it, you have to go get the money for it. I mean, you got to have an underground. You got to have that connection.
You got to sell like food stamps.
That's what I'm saying. There's a criminal enterprise everywhere.
Did you guys hear the conspiracy theorist side of it?
Yes.
Like,
wow.
Everybody for the same label that's been dying. Everybody who's been dying,
and they're taking insurance plans out on them.
Insurance plans out on them before they die.
It's like I don't
know how true that is, but that's like
But they definitely do though. And they've been doing it for years.
His girl took an insurance plan out on him 3 days ago.
Come on, dog.
Who knows the truth behind that? But if that is true,
Yeah, I think a lot of conspiracy theories
You could connect. If you want to connect the dots, you connect the
are
dots.
big coincidences. You know what I mean? And I think
I wouldn't say just coincidence because it's not.
If I have a label and I'm signing a lot of black artists who come from these environments and their music is this way, and PNB was a little more positive.
Yeah, but
I'm going to have
policies on all of
some
them.
insurance on you.
Easily.
You know
It just makes sense. Walmart does it to their employees because they don't treat them right and they don't eat right. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're in the fitness center every day. Yeah. They do that just so whenever they die, it's not like they get that money. Walmart gets that money, but they got the information. You work with them. It is what it is.
So it could be possible, but
we should take out insurance policies on people that we know are dangerous, so we could be vultures just like everybody else. I got a few people in mind.
If I was
that I know ain't gonna go 10 years.
If I was a rapper, I'd go on social media right now and be like, I am not a rapper. I am a motivational speaker. Like don't associate me with rap. But it's also the lyrics too. It's the lyrics too. You know what I'm saying? When you portray this tough image, you're lining yourself up.
Somebody's gonna be like, I'm gonna make him live that.
Yeah.
It's like this ain't just poetry.
You can't just be at Rock. You can't be at the chicken place with just you and your girl. You gotta be secured up.
Especially
so you have to check in. Because if your persona is, if they see you with security, armed security, you're basically with police. So if
they're your peoples. If you paying cash from the neighborhood,
that's what I'm saying.
If you with the police, whatever. If you hire security,
but that persona of you being with the off-duty police, they're like that might hurt your sales. That might hurt your tickets sold. You know what I'm saying? So they have to check in to whatever bad neighborhood they're in. That to me is absurd.
I feel you.
That means you're just basically getting extorted.
If this is what you portray, this is the game that you got to play. I remember when the Game and 50 Cent were beefing, and 50 Cent did a show in California. Whack 100 and all the Bloods came to the hotel just trying to get at him. They was met with, you know what I'm saying, military. You know what I mean? Whack 100 told the story. He said he seen 50 smiled at him, just laughed. Like, yeah, nigga, what the fuck? You thought you was going to catch me slipping? Yeah, all right. You know what I mean? Because Whack knew the woman who worked there, and she boom, tried to tell him. No, he was armed up with the army. He said, man, these niggas look like military. You know what I mean? The cats that 50 had around him.
But that to me is ridiculous.
Got to be that way. I feel you, but you got to make that investment. You got to make that investment.
I think you know what we're saying. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I know what you're saying. I know you know what I'm saying, but I'm just saying like this needs to so there's got to be. They did the same thing to Rocks in Detroit. They shut his whole show down.
I don't see it changing.
And then it was Wells Fargo Stadium, and then the promoters and everything. They got tight. A bunch of people went down behind that.
As long as those rappers talk the way they do and wear the things that they wear, knowing that they're dealing with and they're putting out.
How mad would you be?
They're putting out their product to. They're putting out their product to a poor community, a poor culture. You know what I mean?
Which turns into a dangerous community.
It's going to turn into a dangerous community, and you're going to get those kind of results. You know what I mean? It's just it sucks that it's that way, but
so it was his
it's
fault.
Not going to change. I think on a level,
like it?
I think on a level, yeah.
No, I don't think on any level it was.
On a level, not being as protected as he should is his problem.
So you're protected. If you're in the same place, you're protected because you're just a nobody.
Yeah,
helps.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I know it's ridiculous, but that's just if you don't go through the necessary.
Did anybody
steps,
get charged with the murder?
Not yet.
Not yet.
They said that there's surveillance.
Okay, yeah.
Which is wild. Imagine being so desperate that you don't even run up in there with a mask. You could put a COVID mask on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't even run up in there with a mask.
And they'll get a haircut.
Imagine you knowing you're going to get caught and you still do this.
If you don't do whatever you can do to protect your own life, it's somewhat your fault.
Yeah, you got to invest in security.
If I ever felt at any point in time that I was in danger and I was just like, I shouldn't be in danger right in this situation, and I just went in that situation and something happened to me, it's partially my fault that I just did that. No matter what, me on my level, a rapper on, sky's the limit level, if you don't do whatever you need to do to protect yourself and you don't know what you need to be doing, which is crazy because you got to know.
So many examples.
Yeah, exactly. There's a billion examples.
And first off, I saw an interview where it was like, I don't know what they called out there, but like they ran down on him like a couple times, like, you know what I mean? Like, so it was like, it was known. They knew who he was. You know what I mean? I don't know. Nothing ever came of it for whatever reason. But it's like, that's just sad though to me. That you can't even go get food with your daughter and your girl without somebody trying to line you up. Because you got lined up.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean? People want to kill the president every day. Now rappers need to be the president because
I wonder how it happened if he ordered.
who's going to run down on my man, what's his name that runs the label, Leor? You running down on rappers. That's like you shooting your neighbor. Yeah. You ain't go shoot his boss for his check.
Right.
You know what I mean?
R.I.P. to PNB.
Yeah, culture got to do better.
I agree.
Culture got to do better, man.
Your culture. When's the last time you got a country singer popped?
It's crazy. My wife listens to country, and it literally sounds like hip hop with a twang. I'm like, yo, they literally be stealing hip hop shit.
808s.
It is.
And making fire tracks. I'm like, oh, this is country? I saw
It's rap music.
Flat out.
It is just rap music.
Flat out. I'm like, oh, y'all putting a little twang on it.
It's a slower rap. You know what I mean? It's something like how I would rap.
You're like, we're going to let y'all die over this, and we're going to make millions off it.
Make millions.
Because they have the same venues. They go out to LA and they perform the biggest venues.
Yeah, but they're not going chicken and waffles in Inglewood.
But are they checking in? Do they have to check in?
I don't know.
No, I don't think they do. I think their label was like, I'm taking care of this for you.
I'm not sure about the...
Because you know what I mean? Like there's a different psyche behind, I can touch him, but man, that's going to be dangerous for me.
Okay.
How is that dangerous? How is that more dangerous?
So you feel like it should be on the labels to offer more protection?
Something got to be there. If you know that's what you're getting money off of, you know this content you're getting this money off of, and you're making millions.
But if you got a $50,000 chain around your neck...
I've got a belt buckle that costs the same.
No.
My boots.
No, it's not the same.
My tour bus ain't getting shot up.
Shouldn't it
Nobody's
be,
outside my venue.
Shouldn't it be an advice? It should at least be your job to have somebody that they can hire.
I don't know what the difference is, but what is the difference?
I'm assuming.
I need to know the details.
I'm going to assume that it's partially.
It's illegal to shoot white people.
I think it's partially the
what it sounds
environment.
like.
It's definitely illegal to shoot.
The people that listen to that music,
more illegal.
They're not getting the jealousy that you're getting from the black culture
because they're not in the culture.
They're not in the culture. From the white culture.
You think it's jealousy that does it?
I think a lot of it is.
I don't think jealousy is the wrong word. I think
you think envy? Yeah, like
I think the word is opportunity. I think in a lot of these situations,
I don't believe that.
A lot of these situations are robberies.
If I gave you $40,000 right now,
generating income is what I'm saying. I don't think it's like, oh, I'm jealous of you, so I'm gonna kill you. I think maybe the Nipsey situation, maybe that. But I feel like a Pop Smoke. They wanted to rob Pop Smoke. They said that he was trying to rob PNB for his chains and altercation.
How many robberies?
Like if he would have gave his chains up, would they have killed him? That's the question.
How many robberies?
Did he know he was going to get killed?
How many robberies do you think happen because they really want the money? I don't think it's a lot.
Because listen, it's definitely not. Because if right now, if I had 50 grand money, not from the bank, it's just all of a sudden you got some illegal bread because the chain's not theirs, right? So we'll just say, as soon as they get the chain, it turns into funds. What you gonna do with those funds? You gonna all of a sudden be somebody that nobody even looked at, and then you're gonna go. Now you're gonna do a pop-up store. Like you can put yourself on the map. You're gonna get arrested.
That's a whole nother level. Like people do that all the time. They rob shit just to get money, and they have no idea what they're gonna do with the money.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
To me, that's stupidity.
But I think
more robberies come from jealousy, man. Like he think he got this, blah, 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 man. I'm gonna go take everything he got,
and he's not allowed where I'm at.
I don't think.
I'm not saying that doesn't happen. I just feel like our culture has always been, yo, these cats got money. They're here right now. They're within reach. Like cats like Mike Tyson was coming to the hood to the parties. A lot of rappers are coming to the hood for the parties. And I feel like in the hood where poverty is at its highest, they're like, this is an opportunity for me to generate income. I feel like jealousy isn't the right word.
Get your mama ass.
I think
it might fuel it.
No, that's what I was just about to say.
As far as like, I don't give a fuck.
I think it fuels it. And I think it sparks it. And then you realize, because people rob other people that don't even got a lot of money.
But
all the time.
Do you think that jealousy is
so
like...
I don't think...
Because most rappers get shot in their own neighborhoods.
Do you think jealousy is the first thought, or do you think income is the first? Because I think
jealousy is the first thought. I think jealousy immediately, boom, you see him moving like this, I'm going to go take what he got. Then...
Because that right there...
Then you're talking about the money and stuff after that.
Because that could benefit me. Oh, he out here thinking shit's sweet. what I'm saying? My mom's mortgage, you know what I'm saying, or rent, whatever's fucked up. My girl might be leaving me. I got to come up some. That's might be what he's worried about. But as soon as you zeroes in, oh, he thinks shit's sweet down here. I want what he wants now.
Yeah, I gotta disagree, man. I think if some cats is sitting at home right now and they get the call PNB Rocks at Roscoe's Chicken
That's
and
what
Waffles,
people do though. There are actual people that just
they're
rob.
like, what? He's in our neighborhood? What?
That's what.
I think it's more or less like, yo, and he's like, yo, he got all these chains on him, yo. Like, yo, we can get that right now.
Yeah, but
I think it's more motivated by money, less and jealousy. Secondary.
There's jack boys that's what they do for a living. That's probably what these guys do. That's what they do for a living. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that all boils down to, why are you a jack boy? Why are you not a?
Because you're not smart enough to be the entrepreneur.
Okay.
But that's not fueled by jealousy to me.
Okay.
That's fueled by, yo, this is my angle. This is my trade.
This is my income, my trade.
This is how I go about this.
Yeah, but your angle and your trade can be fueled through jealousy. I think it could be. I think
anybody who's doing better than me, I gotta rob.
Depends.
I just
really
think
do think it
if
depends on what it
if
is.
poverty wasn't the issue in that neighborhood, I don't think he would have died.
I don't think it would have either.
Jealousy is anywhere.
Yeah.
I think the reason that jealousy turns to murder in our neighborhoods is because the person is desperate enough to need the money from this to act on that jealousy.
So that's probably
So the
why. That's probably
jealousy
why it doesn't
secondary.
happen that much when you listen to country music and things like that, because they don't.
Because that's
deal
not in my
with-
community.
Yeah, they don't deal with those
I
situations.
like how y'all be
that.
talking to yourselves and then y'all come over to me.
But yeah, I think that
Just so we're on the same page.
That's probably is why. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't happen that much in, like, country or rock music and anything like that.
Right, because we look at it as
They're not
a lot of the
desperate enough.
times-
Yeah, because we
they're
look
not
at them as entertainment for us. We don't look at them as a lick, like as a come up. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
Yeah.
they're here to perform for us. You know what I mean? They're not coming here to get our money. You know what I mean? Like, we know that.
And y'all,
I think that's just
y'all
black
are,
people.
Y'all are more okay
that
with
way.
them sleeping with your wives and watching them than we are.
Here we go back
What's
to
that called? Buckold? What is it called again?
Cuckold.
Cuckold.
Or